"You are the perfect age to smoke," he said. "Time stored up to solve and satisfy. Is that how the Larkin poem goes?" "Oh, don't quote poetry. You might accidentally undo me." "I sing the body electric," he cried. "The armies of those I love engirth me, and I engirth them. Sha-la-la-la, I shan't listen to you." She pressed her palms to her ears and sprinted ahead of him up the street. A car blasting a jubilant pop song shot by. He caught up with her at the light, and tentatively she released her hands from her head. She was wearing pink leather kid gloves. Her cheeks were pink, too. "Don't worry, that's all I remember," he said. "You're safe." "I'm impressed you remember any at all." "I'm older than you. My generation had to memorize these things in school." "How old?" "Older." "What's your name?" "Cleo," said Cleo. He nodded. "Appropriate." "How so?" "Cleopatra, the original undoer of men." "But I'm just Cleo." "What's your name?" "Frank," said Frank. "Short for nothing. What on earth would Frank be short for?" "I don't know." Cleo smiled. "Frankfurter, frankincense, Frankenstein. Frankenstein sounds about right. Creator of monsters." "You make monsters?" "Sort of," said Frank. "I make ads." "I was sure you were a writer," she said. "Why?" "Crisp," said Cleo, raising an eyebrow. "I started an agency," said Frank, "where the people who don't make it as writers go." They walked until they found the 24-hour bodega glowing on the corner, flanked by buckets of heavy-headed roses and frothy carnations. Frank pulled the door open for her with a jingle. In the bright fluorescence of the shop's interior, they looked at each other openly for the first time. Frank was, she estimated, in his late 30s or early 40s. Kind eyes, was her first thought. They crinkled automatically as they met hers. Long, feathery lashes that brushed against his spectacle lenses, lending his angular face a surprising softness. Curly dark hair, spry as lamb's wool, thinning a little on top. Now, sensing her eyes on this, he ran a hand through his hair self-consciously. The skin on the back of his hand and face was freckled, still tanned despite the winter. It matched his tan cashmere scarf, tucked into a well-tailored topcoat. He had the slight, energetic build of a retired dancer, a body that suggested economy and intelligence. Cleo smiled approvingly. He smiled back. Like most people, he noticed her hair first. It hung over her shoulder in 2 golden curtains, sweeping open to reveal that much-anticipated first act, her face. And it was a performance, her face. He felt instinctively that he could watch it for hours. She'd drawn thick black wings over her eyelids, 1960s style, finishing each flick with a tiny gold star. Her cheeks were dusted with something shimmering and gold, too. It sparkled like champagne in the light. A heavy sheepskin coat encased her, paired with the pink kid gloves he'd noticed earlier and a white woolen beret. On her feet were embroidered cream cowboy boots. Everything about her was deliberate. Frank, who had spent much of his life surrounded by beautiful people, had never met anyone who looked like her. Embarrassed by the directness of his stare, Cleo turned to examine a shelf filled, inopportunely, with cans of cat food. She was wearing too much makeup, she worried, and looked clownish in the light. "My brother," said Frank to the man behind the counter. "Happy New Year." The man looked up from his